Hey,
Hey,
welcome back to
what the
the Deaf
deaf?
podcast.
Okay, so you all have been very curious about our relationship and what are the updates, and we have some updates for you all. Carly, how's your boyfriend?
Well, in a blink of an eye, it's almost been a year.
Wow, already?
So hats off to him for lasting that long with me. If anyone can last that long with me, they're a keeper.
Oh my God, yes. Wait, no, I mean, you're just
You said
perfect.
yes.
You're perfect.
But yeah, really, I mean, it's almost been a year and this journey has been going really well. I've enjoyed and learned so much about being in a relationship with him. And not only that, but I moved in with him.
You
So,
heard right. She finally moved out of my house.
right. And I've never lived with a boyfriend before. And so this whole journey is a new experience for me. And it's just been very positive and a beautiful, positive experience. And I've had a lot of personal growth within myself, I think. And in personal growth, I mean, growing up, I've always been single and I've became so used to being so independent who would just like to do things on my own without having to agree with somebody or communicate it with somebody else. I traveled by myself. I would go places and I always made decisions on my own without having to discuss it with another person. And so now I'm like, oh yeah, I have another person. I kind of have to let him know where I'm going. I can't just go places and he'd be like, where are
What are you
you?
doing?
Right. And so it was a lot of self personal growth that I had to do. I had to take a step back and learn the best ways to communicate. And remember, before when we were both single, being best friends, we always talked about how we had to find the perfect guy who was going to be like you.
And like you.
The relationship that I have with you, I wanted that to be the exact same with the guy. And I realized that's not possible.
No, nope. Although his personality is very similar with
Oh,
mine.
yeah. It's very similar. But again, woman to woman, our connection is different from mine to his.
Completely different.
His upbringing is completely different than what mine was. And so sometimes I find myself setting expectations for him. You know, I'm hoping that he will go to the gym with me. I set that expectation up when he could be like, really, why? I have other fitness activities that I like to do within my life. And I'm like,
You
oh,
become disappointed.
why? And then, yeah, then I'm disappointed instead of being like, wow, I just appreciate him. And so it's those little things that I learned that I'm like, oh, okay, I have to let go of my expectations for him that are not realistic. And yeah, so it's just those small little things. But overall, it's been amazing. He's a really awesome guy, and our journey has been really, really beautiful. And I really do look forward to more in the future. But yeah, it's been a lot of personal growth and learning a lot. Again, he's the first serious relationship I've been in, the first guy I've ever lived with already. So yeah.
But I will say, you two do a great job with communication, with making sure you hold each other accountable in the best way possible. Again, it's so cool because Carly, you are independently happy with who you are as a woman. And he is also independently happy with who he is. And yet you guys come together to make a team in your relationship where you both decide that you guys will make this work. Again, it's not an easy task,
Right.
but you two are willing to put in the work because you want to, not because you need to. You want this relationship to work.
And that's what I always tell him all the time. I say, I don't need you. I don't. I don't need you, but I want you. And that is such a powerful statement for me to maintain myself as an independent woman. I have worked on myself. I've grown, I've learned, and I've been ingrained with my roots for the last 28 years. And I'm not just going to toss it out the window and depend on a guy that I'm dating.
Right.
I've already built and worked so hard on myself to get to who I am. And I am incredibly happy with myself right now. And I just want to share that with you instead of becoming dependent
Right.
on you and depending on you to make me happy, depend on you financially or depend on, no, that's not what I want. I can depend on myself. I can support myself. You can support yourself. And that's great. We just want to share that together and spend the end of our day together, go out on dates. I want to enjoy each other's company. And I think that is such a beautiful thing for me to feel that I'm still me. I'm still an independent woman. I'm not changing who I am. I just happen to share my life with you as somebody that I love.
Yeah. And you two really work so beautifully together.
Thank you.
Carly, you're my other half, and I always wanted to make sure your partner is satisfactory, and he is so far.
So far.
But he's really a good guy, and I really enjoy watching you guys both grow and seeing your journey begin. And it makes my heart so warm.
Thank you.
Oh, you're
Well,
welcome.
now on to you. What are your updates with your relationship life?
So, really, my update, I dated my boyfriend for about 4 months. And then ultimately, I decided to end things. And now I'm currently single. And
Are you back on Tinder or Hinge?
hell no,
No?
never again.
Oh,
I don't think, I mean, mark my word,
it was
it was
fun,
fun while it lasted. Yeah, but I'm
but
good.
nah.
But in the 4 months of my relationship, I learned so much about myself personally.
Yeah.
Like Carly said, I grew up single, strong, independent woman. And now getting into a relationship, a serious relationship, even though it's only 4 months, I feel like we really progressed really fast. And I learned a lot of amazing things about myself and what I want in a relationship. And I finally realized, like, oh, I can actually become comfortable with a man. I can
Yeah.
let down my walls. I can ask for my accommodations that I need because he did that. He really accommodated what I needed in my life to be me as a deaf individual, which was great. But just our paths were a little bit different and our goals were different. So I ultimately decided I wish him nothing but the best. And I hope his future is bright. But that I decided I wanted to focus on myself and my path and my life. And I don't regret the relationship at all, at all.
And you shouldn't.
No.
Because as your other half, I really look up to you as a person on how you handle things. And the way that you handled things in that relationship when you were feeling that things weren't right, you ended it as a instead of letting it go on and on. You really took a step back and looked at things that weren't working. And because you're ingrained with who you are, you didn't give up things that you have worked so hard to accomplish in your life. And so it's very unfortunate that the relationship didn't work, but you still respected him as a person in the way that you handled the breakup and how you handled the whole process. I watched you go through that and it was truly incredible. You handled it in the most amazing way with grace. And now you can just move forward and walk knowing that you did it in the most respectful way.
One of the biggest things is I never wanted to put the burden on him. I wanted to really look within myself and ask myself, what is the loving thing to do for me? And it wasn't to continue that relationship. Also, my mom always told me if it doesn't feel right, it's not.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that relationship didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it was the right fit. So again, I'm so thankful for everything I learned in that relationship. I learned so many things, the bad, the good, everything. I took away so much from it. And just because it doesn't work out with one person does not mean that person is a horrible person and deserves nothing. No, it just wasn't the right fit or the right person.
Yeah. And it's amazing to think that you're given one life, right? You're given one life. You can be anybody you want to be.
Right.
You can become anybody you want to become. You can date anyone you want to.
Yeah.
So you're given this life, and now it's up to you to really analyze and figure out what you're attracted to, how your feelings are, and gauge those emotions. And people oftentimes forget they get together with somebody and they stick it out and they're truly not happy and satisfied with what they have, but they forget that you are in control. You can change that. You're in control of discussions and figuring out if this is effective, if it's going to work. And if it doesn't, it's okay. That's the part that people forget. It's okay. It's fine. There's always another door that's going to open if it doesn't work. You only have one life. Live your life to the fullest.
You're absolutely right. Because I did question myself, like, will I find somebody who did all these things? I'm like, no, that's not fair. That's not right. Just know that everything will work out in the end of the day. It will. Just trust your gut. Trust yourself. Know yourself well enough to know what you need and what you want in life. So I really had to reframe that and realize I'm worthy enough to know that the right guy will be out there for me someday. He will. But right now, I'm just going to focus on myself and my friends and my family and just continue my life. And I'm just so grateful for all the people that I have in my life because you all have supported me in this world, in these situations, with everything. You allowed me to decide for myself. None of my friends or family members have ever told me what they want from me. I decided, and they allowed me to assess myself and figure out my life because at the end of the day, I'm the one who's living it.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. And I think our friendship has grown too. I mean, it always does every day, but being in a relationship and then you being in one and then getting out of one, our discussions are deeper about ourselves, about our lives, what my goals are, what your goals are, how I can support you as your best friend, how I can encourage you and make sure that I remind you of your importance. Because, girl, as your other half, guys have a lot of high standards to meet before they can date you. You are one of the most incredible people I've ever met. And I don't want anybody to dim your light for you. That's not going to happen. Nope. No. So for me to be able to assess how I can support you and still encourage you to make your own choices and decisions, because like you said, at the end of the day, you have to live with it, not me. But what's the best way for both of us to handle these situations and still remain best friends? Nothing can get in our way.
No,
Nothing.
no. And I will say, with your relationship and my relationship, and now me being single, regardless, I am so happy that we never changed who we are.
Absolutely.
Our friendship never changed. We stayed close, which is huge. And I'm so grateful for that.
And it's funny because before getting into my relationship, that was my biggest fear. I was so scared that I was going to change. I was so scared that I would lose myself. I was scared that I would lose my friends. I grew the most beautiful circle of friends. And I made sure that I built that positive, inspiring group of people. And I did not want to lose that just because I got into a relationship.
Right.
I was scared, but now taking a look in, I see how we handle things, the conversations that we have, and what I share with my partner. I'm like, no, I'm still me at the end of the day. And I think that's really important. And I hope that's what you guys will take out of this episode is remember your value. Remember that your value is important and make sure you remember that and what makes you, you, and what makes you happy before you bring other people into the picture.
Right. And I was nervous or anxious or really to reveal this. And I even talked to you about it like, should I talk about this? Should I not? But we made a promise to you all to be open and honest, no matter how tough it could be. And I wanted to talk about this. And I hope that you guys will take something from it or learn something. And we want you to share your stories and your advice and really anything. We want to hear from you all. I'm just so excited to be so honest this season. And I know this love story will continue.
Yep. Always.
Always.
And I really look forward to our journeys and you continuing to explore because you are truly an incredible person and everybody will be very, very, very fortunate to share their lives with you at some point.
Oh, I appreciate you. And likewise,
Oh, boo-boo.
I mean, your boyfriend is so lucky to have you. I mean, he's a really good person too.
Hopefully he knows that.
Yes. Again, we want to hear from you all. If you want to share your stories or advice, please email us at questions@whatthedeaf.com.
Or follow us at What the Deaf on Instagram.
Yes. Until then, we'll see you
soon.
Bye, everyone.
We would like to thank dpan.tv and their services at aslcaptions.com for making the transcripts and captions of this podcast accessible for everyone.
If you're looking for captioning or transcript services, they do amazing work.